All right.
Sorry about that. Good afternoon, everybody.
Okay. Go show, sir.
I hope you all had a good day.
Yeah. All right, let's get started.
All right. All right. Good afternoon. The Parking Place Commission starts today at it's 5:06 and September 13, 2022.
Okay.
Can you please go to a roll call?
Roll call. Chairperson Monzon.
Here. Present.
Vice Chair Malfatti.
Present.
And Commissioner Abarca.
Here.
All right, all are accounted for, Chair.
Thank you. Agenda review.
Just making sure no changes from staff on the agenda tonight. Just wanted to make sure staff has no other, commission has no other items that they want to discuss tonight. If so, then bring it up at the items from the commission.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. And I always get confused. Consent calendar.
Nope. Don't skip public comment.
Okay, I'm sorry. Any public comments, please?
As of 5 p.m. today, planning staff has not received any voicemails or emails regarding anything on the agenda this evening.
Thank you, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Consent calendar.
Yep. This one's just to approve the meeting minutes from August 9th, our last meeting. Just making sure everybody was able to access it. You should be able to click on the link on your agendas and it should pop up or download right away. So if anyone has any issues with that, let us know. Otherwise, if there are no changes to the meeting minutes, we'll entertain a motion to approve and a second to that motion.
Okay, motion.
I'll second.
Okay.
Okay.
Want to
Motion approved.
take a roll call on it, or just everybody nod their head to approve? Okay, there we go.
That's a good exercise.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Administrative business.
Sure thing. Again, it's the same thing we had on the agenda last time, and I know it's an update on our meeting procedures and schedule for the Parking Place Commission. And we had this on the agenda last time, but unfortunately, Vice Chair Malfatti was preoccupied due to the first day of school. So just wanted to bring that up to the commission to check if you want to discuss this further. But the proposal that Chief Planner Razi brought to the commission's attention previously was to move the Parking Place commissions from a monthly occurrence to a quarterly occurrence. And likely that would start in the new year rather than, because we're already in September anyways. So if there were any questions on that, or if there was any, if you wanted to approve that direction, then that's what we will do. But if you would like to discuss it at you don't want to take action on that proposal, we'll put it up again for discussion at the next meeting. Jolene?
Yes, may I ask a question? So if we would have fewer meetings, would you or Tony Razi or anyone be concerned that the complaints from our community would reach you in a much slower way, or issues would not be addressed as quickly as they have been in the past?
Not necessarily, because I think you can take the the experience we've had in the last couple of years, especially during the pandemic, that a lot of the issues that were raised in this commission can also be similarly raised and addressed in the Traffic Safety Commission. So it's not something that, you know, we're actually the Traffic Safety Commission actually has a little bit more, let's say,
Clout?
access to the, no, not necessarily cloud, sure, cloud, but access to the resources that we have there, because they, you know, it's Traffic Safety Commission that's advising our Traffic Advisory Committee, the internal staff group that's working on these issues. We normally have a representative from Public Works moving forward at that meeting rather than this meeting. So any issues that do come up can be more easily addressed through Traffic Safety Commission. I think that's what staff has learned going through like our previous minutes. There were, you know, concerns about maintenance of like parking lots or kind of issues with, you know, maintenance issues on like, let's say, meters and things like that. Those are easily, and there are other avenues that where those complaints or those issues can be brought to, and much faster response times.
So if I said a community member voiced their concern, I guess they live in the Linden area, Linden Avenue, they said Aspen and Juniper Streets.
Mhm.
It said parking is a nightmare. And because of my tardiness last meeting, I didn't get a chance. I didn't bring it up in traffic safety because I thought it was a parking issue. So so that would be okay to bring those issues up to the traffic safety versus parking?
Yes, because I also reminding the commission of what we're responsible for with the commission is that we, like the Parking Place Commission is responsible for, you know, setting the rates of the parking meters and the garage, taking action on those, and then taking action on, let's say, for example, like where new parking meters would be located, right? So if there is, if council has given us that task, that's something that we'll take up here. But the enforcement of parking meters, behavior on the street, that's not necessarily something in the purview of the commission.
I would suggest, from the perspective of a resident, when we have a structure, it's easier to, and no, it's like, you know, like you go to a place that is open from 9 to 7, you know, unless it's a holiday, you know that they're closed. And I would suggest, I know there is a lot of work for you, Chris, and your team, but hopefully you can get another help soon, and you can have that. I would suggest, I know that I want to add more load to everybody, but that's the commitment that we made. And by us meeting every quarter is going to disengage more, as my perspective. The other one is that we need to clarify, because I'm very confident that, and that's something that I didn't want to bring it up just to, we don't have to go back and forth, but if we need to, we might need to do this. Last time I reviewed the functions of the Parking Place Commission, I had to disagree with you, Chris. It's beyond that only the meters. It's actually anything related about the parking garage and the parking meters. The last time that I checked, that one was on the description. But that's something that I didn't want to keep bringing it with the effort of we just continue just continue, right? We don't want to go but we need to, it looks like we need to clarify that, because when I signed up, that was exactly what I signed up. I didn't sign up for parking meters rate only, and I'm confident of that. And if we need to dig into my information, I'll be happy to do that. But I was hoping not to get to that point. So let me go back. Hopefully, I know it's more work, and it's also more work for the commissioners to be here, but we do it because we made a commitment and we want to be engaged with our community. And also by having this meeting, we're for sure on the Traffic and Safety Commission. Something that I mentioned before was if we combine the two, it might be better probably, but I guess legally we cannot do it, right? That was the response from the lawyer?
I believe so, yeah. That
Yeah.
because it's not written as one commission, you know, like the
Right.
traffic safety was commission was established after. So yeah,
Okay.
they have to act as two separate commissions.
Yeah, so, but I will respect, Jolene and Dana's perspective. It's just my perspective with all due respect to everybody's time.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with the Hermes. I don't think so that it's only about the money at the parking, like Camidas, that is more about the parking generally.
Okay.
In the city, like around Grant Avenue, in the city. We was starting talking when I joined the commission. We was talking a lot about the parking problem, about the parking inside the city, on the Grant Avenue, all this kind of stuff. We wasn't talking only about how much the meter will take from us if we are parking there. You know, it's my point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Any other, Jolene?
No, I don't have any other comments. I I just thought the parking and the traffic safety were two different things, but I don't have any other thing to comment.
No, we'll certainly pass this on to our pass it on up. And I think that warrants a further discussion. Going back to what Chair Monzon had said, that, you know, the purpose of the commission probably needs to be outlined a little bit better, just so we can agree on, because from like the duties of the commission is something that we need to make sure we're on the same page with, because, you know, if it is about just the, you know, regulation of the, you know,
Money.
the revenues, the rates specifically, then that does, you know, from staff's perspective, does not necessarily need to translate into a monthly meeting, because we don't have a lot of, we're not changing the parking rates every month. You know, that's something that's like going to be a nightmare for the whole city, right? Or at least for the downtown. But, you know, whenever it comes that we do have actions like that, then that's something we would convene the commission. So, no, all right, we'll pass these comments along, and then does the commission then want to vote on this, or do you want to discuss this at another meeting further?
I would suggest that we can keep it for now like that, like this. We can discuss it if needed. Because just think about it. If the city announced this commission on the website, we're looking for commissioners to decide on the rate, which happens every January. It doesn't sound appealing to me. I want to be part of the resident that will contribute to alleviate, to be a liaison, maybe per se, from our neighbors. That's what we are doing here. Mm-hmm. So I want to leave that one on the table. And that's fine. Every January we revise the rates. But also, if we the rates, right, the parking meters, Well, if the parking meter is not working, there is no rate that will work. So it has to be, it's like, I just want a car with no tires. That's how I understand. So for now, without making too big of a deal, because I don't want to make a big of a deal, I would suggest to continue from the perspective of engagement. I love to see you guys every month. How about that?
Can I make a suggestion? I think
Yeah.
we should we should do a little research and maybe I don't know about for the next meeting, just because I don't know about time, but I do think it's really important to have a conversation about what the duties of the commission are, to make sure that expectations are really clear. Because we want it to be a meaningful commission and a meaningful experience. And it's pretty narrow. I mean, I'm looking at our website now, and the duties are laid out, and they're really narrow. And if that's not lining up with the community's expectations for engagement, there might need to be another avenue for that, and it might not be this commission. So I think we should have a conversation about that, just to make sure like the roles and responsibilities of the commission are really, really clear from both the commissioner's perspective, staff's perspective, and the community's perspective, because we definitely don't want to like have this commission exist and people think that, oh, it's a really good avenue for engagement and we should be able to do this and do this, but when in reality, it doesn't provide that. Like, we want to make sure everything matches up.
Okay, maybe I use the wrong word, engagement. If I need to take it, I'll take it. What I mean engagement is like when any group of people has a set of time of meeting. If we start changing the meetings, as a commissioner, we get okay, I will not use the word engagement. We get disconnected because there is no sequence. So don't.
I see. So you want to make sure you have like a regular
Yes,
conversation.
because we made a commitment. So I joined in 2017, and with all due respect, I already went through 2 secretaries. So we have that past experience with Justin Lovell and Dave Backhouse. And we didn't have that situation. We just had a meeting, we discussed many subjects, and some of them couldn't take an action. And so it's not something that wasn't there before. So I have the impression that with the new, now that it's with ECD, it looks like you guys had a different description of what we were doing, that at least that I signed up. So I rather, instead of trying to find out, because I work in a shop, right? So my duty is one specific job, but that bus has different components. So if I just said, we only do tires, well, we gotta put some fuel, we gotta do other things. So we gotta have a continuation. I was not trying to make a big deal, but it looks like we need to talk more about it. If I need to find my description that I signed up to, I guess I will do it. So let me ask you this. So you'd rather have the 3 weeks quarterly, and what is the purpose of that? Why you think that is not enough to talk? I would like to ask you that.
I think like that was something that we were struggling with, and I think you do have a point in, like it was not this situation was not something that you were encountering when you were in the hands of Public Works, and I think that is the biggest not necessarily issue, but something that we do need to address, because so ECD does not manage any of the components that will give us access to the finances, the revenue reports, and things like that. That is something that's at the hands of Public Works still.
And we also don't manage right of way.
Exactly.
I mean, we don't have that function. So I think we're struggling with that a little bit internally.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
my question is why we are under you in this point?
Exactly.
Why they put us under you if you are very narrow in this point? Like, because when I was signing up, I was thinking that I'm sign up like for any other commission, which is meeting each month, which will discuss this project about the parking meters, stuff inside the around the city hall, around the traffic, all this kind of stuff. This was the point signing up for this kind of commission, a commission like any other commission which exist in the South City, which are meeting every month. Now you will tell us like, oh, we need you maybe one time a year, only that you will agree with us how much we will raise the meters, which seems to me a little bit like, who will sign up for the commission, which will like, my work will be show up one time a year, I say yes, what you will tell me how much should be for the meters. It's like, I don't see the point there too much. I don't know. I know that I'm not saying it the right way, but I was thinking that is there something more. I don't know why they switch us to you when you like, you are telling us that you don't have work for us, or you don't have the vision for us.
Mhm.
And I want to add the following, because if on your view is just the rates, of course, there is nothing to talk, right? So I always believe that for any organization, it starts from the top. So if the top, meaning your upper management, doesn't have the guidelines, so you are narrow it, and so you're narrowing us, we cannot do our job. And I will take the opportunity to also, we are not robust. I think we were more robust before. And what I mean by that is, do we have our minutes uploaded? Do we have this recording uploaded? Last week, we're being approached, because my other hat is Friends of Old Town and as a community volunteer. And we've been reached out to, pass the word for Equity and Public Safety Commission, for example, or the Youth Commission. And so we recommend one for each, and they're going through the process as we speak. And how they got interested, these two neighbors. They went to the website, they found the minutes, and they were able to watch the Youth Commission, also the Safety and Public Health Commission. Last time I checked, we don't have that. And I know that's a lot of work. So I feel like we're on the wrong, maybe we're under the wrong division, because we need to be up to speed, because the other commissions are doing the Park and Recreation Commission, they have their stuff up there, uploaded. And so the other commissions that I just mentioned, is there a reason why we don't have that?
I don't believe that there's a specific reason. It's just that also that, we're like, Adina and I are like two people, or mostly, really, it's.
Understand.
It's mostly Chris, let's be fair. It's Chris is one person. I would suggest that Chris and I need to talk to Tony and Nell and take it up the ladder and just have another conversation about that. I think there's just a disconnect about what the roles and responsibilities are, and we want to address that. We want to make sure everybody's time is being, that your time is being used appropriately and for the right resources. So, and in terms of the question of why, it is now under ECD when it was previously under Public Works, like that's outside of me and Chris. I don't know.
If you remember, almost 3 years ago, I showed up to like the one meeting before the pandemic, and then the pandemic hit, right? So you were still under Public Works then. And then, obviously the pandemic, we didn't meet for a few months. And then by the time of like maybe May 2020, they just said, hey, Chris, you need to host this meeting right away. And then that was it. That was all they told me. So, whatever, and so then I have to make sure that, okay, so what is the purpose of this commission? And then it is the management of the parking district as defined by council. And then, so that was the very narrow realm of responsibilities that I was given. And even my duties as secretary to this commission is actually to just record the proceedings. But instead, what we are always missing is you need information, or the community needs information. We try to cobble that together for you, and then I'm explaining it to you. You know, so I don't manage the revenues. I don't have access to those things.
Right. We understand.
I think
we
that is
understand.
what's missing, is that then I always, you know, tend to like, it's always falls on my shoulders to figure out, you know, where to get responses from you, when that wasn't what happened when you were under Public Works. So that's the thing, is that like, in all honesty, that you're passed on to me and then nobody helps me. I think that is one of the biggest things that we're trying to address internally. That's why we do, you know, want to make sure that, you know, we have this discussion and kind of have this item on the agenda to discuss with you, because from, you know, ECD's perspective, that this very narrow set of responsibilities of setting rates and things like, you know, anything related to that, you know, did not seem like something that warranted an every month commission or every month commission meeting. That does not mean that if we do have items to discuss, we'll have the meeting, but but pretty much like regularly, it's a quarterly meeting. But if there are items that are that needs to be taken action on, of course we'll meet. You know, we'll agendize it and then proceed with a meeting in between that quarterly occurrence. So it's not meant to narrow your the public's like avenue or kind of reduce your scope as commissioners. It's just meant to kind of realistically align the actions that we have to take as a commission with the number of meetings we're having. You know, that was.
And Chris, please, we highly appreciate and we respect all your efforts. I think, and same thing for you, Adina. I think like we don't know how all of a sudden it feels like they put it on your desk with little information, and you're doing the best that you can. And this conversation is with respect to you both for your time. So if we need to talk more, that's fine. Maybe hopefully in January, when we go back in person, we are everybody and we can talk. I think that the bottom line is too that you don't have access to all the components for this agenda, and you don't have the help on your team. You guys are understaffed, so everything combined, it's just making it complicated for the whole situation.
Sure.
But we understand. At least, I want to make sure that you get that from us, please.
I would say Chris and I need to have another conversation with Tony and Nell and get some more direction about, how to move forward with this. Like, this feels like definitely something we need some director level assistance with.
Yeah, and from what I'm hearing from the commission is that you'd prefer to keep it at a monthly occurrence, and there is some inherently different point of view in what the commission is responsible for, or what those responsibilities are. Because I think if I heard Commissioner Barkas and Chair Monzon saying that it goes beyond the parking meters, and not according to how we've read the.
Right. Yeah, there's a different information.
Exactly, not according to how we've read the municipal code on what this is responsible for. So there, I think So in the meantime, I'd like to table. If you agree, let's table this for the next meeting. We'll gather some information
for sure
with our city attorney to actually get that clarified, and then we'll come back to you with this item again.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I guess we covered. I don't know if there's more items from the commission. We covered everything. Jolene?
I have nothing.
Okay. Well, Thank you so much for this long conversation.
Mhm.
And we are going to adjourn the meeting at 5:35. We're late for the other one.
All right.
See you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Okay.
Thank you all.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.